Welcome to GameBreakers. My name is Thomas. This is... Everybody say your name at once.
Diamond.
Diamond.
Perfect. And we are continuing A Bard's Tale, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure. When last we left our intrepid heroes, things were looking dire. They had just been ambushed by a pair of assassins while their bard has been kidnapped and drugged and seemingly gone through the This Is Your Life game show. They were ambushed by an Arakosra and a Minotaur, and after being thoroughly drugged in a room with weaponized myconid spores, made afraid of their own equipment, suspicious of their own friends, suggestible and easy to fool. So, having been ambushed by this Minotaur, they managed to wear down the giant at great cost to themselves, as their new friend Anna felled the beast. A whip of lightning shot out from a shadowy corridor and dragged the body back into magical darkness past the door. We'll bring up the map as we zoom the camera in first on Struana, who is in a room, has been witnessed to some strange interaction. Everything is hazy and gauzy and ambiently lit without a source of lighting. As you've wandered around the room, you've discovered that all these figures that you had been interacting with were paper dolls hanging from the ceiling. You sort of clumsily part ways and look around, and you get to a vision of yourself. You discover as a mirror. You look back the other way, and there are mirrors along the walls at various intervals. The entire room is designed to confuse, and before long you've lost your bearing in a crowd of paper figures that keep flashing before your eyes, friends and enemies and acquaintances and people that you think you met once but you can't remember their name, and old faces from college and professors you hated, and just everything flashing over and over and over. And through all the ambient auditory hallucinations of familiar voices, you begin to hear in the beat behind the voices the sound as if you've ever heard a murder of crows land on a fence post all at once. That furious flapping of wings slapping together and sliding around. A moment of that. At this point Struana is nauseous and completely mentally battered.
I'm trying to hum for music.
Okay.
Just the whole time I'm trying to find the music again.
All right.
I guess be the way of saying that.
You start humming. Trying to catch a tune. Meanwhile, in a shockingly similar state, we zoom the camera into the rest of the party in a sealed room. They finally have a breath after a furious assassin attack. What do you guys do?
We were going to go through the door because drugs, and I don't want any more drugs. And I was going to unlock that door. That's what I was going to do.
Okay.
Yep.
Or did we... Does anyone remember if we were successful at unlocking it last session?
I do not.
Okay, well then, I guess I will try it.
You had just started when the ambush struck. You had not had a chance to make the roll, if I remember right.
Well, we're trying again then.
That sounds familiar.
Are you helping, David?
Always.
ClickClack, alright.
As you move that direction, ClickClack, at least your passive perception, before you have to make another series of rolls. The sound, you hear a sound echo from the hallway behind you that can best be described like a stopper uncorking.
Oh, that's really good. From down this long hallway?
Yes, which still has at right about at the doorway starts a magical darkness.
I got a 22.
You also hear the stopper uncork. Stan?
I look at Stan and then look down the hallway. What do you think that was?
Cat.
Did you say cat?
Yeah.
A cat popped?
Yeah. That's what it sounded like to me.
Look, seriously.
If you've never seen a giant crab roll its eyes...
It's my grand total of
sprinklers with slow motion.
Anna, you were working on the door first. ClickClack. Were you gonna go there, or were you gonna watch the hall?
I was assisting with the door when I heard a pop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Lovelace keep an eye on the hallway, and I'm gonna keep helping with the lock.
Okay. Lovelace, I'm afraid, if you remember from last session, thinks that you're all the worst.
Oh, that's right.
And that is currently still a problem, by the way.
Ooh, I forgot.
You were broken free from your straps, and while you were on Lovelace, you're not really mounted on Lovelace. To briefly recap the team's position.
I completely forgotten that part.
That's all right. I'm happy to remind you of the worst of what's going on.
I'm still going to help with the lock, and then I'm going to pay attention to the hallway, but I want to get this handled first.
Okay. I will allow Lovelace at this point, if you're all staying away, she is likely to hole up in this little corner place here and scuttle out of sight. That's a perfectly natural crab reaction to threat.
Okay, yeah. Either hide or climb to the highest point, and there's no high point here.
Yeah.
I can literally hear ClickClack's heart breaking a little bit. It's got an awkward, when you bend metal.
I completely understand what's happening.
Speaking of what's happening, anybody who doesn't, as this frantic lockpicking is happening, anybody who doesn't think their clothes are made of the worst, that their equipment is something they fear or revile, please give me a wisdom save.
I don't remember if that was me or not.
You're still holding your bow. So, yep.
You get a +3 bonus from me, since you're all close to me.
Plus advantage from your protection from poisons and antitoxins. And
that's just on saving throws, not skill checks, right?
Correct.
16.
16 is good enough. Stan, how'd you do?
This is wisdom, you said?
Yes.
You say I have advantage?
Yes, you had the protection, right? Protection from poisons on yourself.
I have rolled 3 twos in a row. That is the start of my game. I got a 7.
7 total.
Oh man.
You are now.
Only rolled 2s in this game.
So for this 6 seconds or 6 or 10 seconds, like you are now, like you are inside Boronor's armor. It's like you feel like you're slowly becoming Boronor as this armor's evil seeps into you. I mean, you're carrying his shield already, right?
Yeah.
Is that? I don't remember which of the playing card deck of shields that you're dealing with anymore.
You really need a Diablo-esque
Right.
inventory.
I mean, you also have a shield stuck in your back, by the way, from that first volley out of the hallway. So you have an extra shield even right now.
Yeah. So do I feel compelled to take this armor off? Does that feel like it's going to solve the problem?
I think that is the natural conclusion. Now, keep in mind, you have immunity from the poisoned condition, so you get a save every round. Anybody else, once they fail, they failed until they're out of poison, like poison's way.
Do I unlock the door?
As soon as everybody gives me a second now, charisma save. This one is to find out if you all hate each other.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Any bonuses on this one?
Advantage from all the same things. It's poison.
Okay. Natural 20.
22. Not a natural 20, but
Excellent.
good job, David.
First one was a 3.
That should.
Advantage.
I feel like the natural 20 should protect you for the next round also. But that's me.
Yeah,
Wanting
but
you
you're
to
not
do
the
right.
DM.
I know.
You don't want me to die.
Well, he doesn't want you to die. He's just indifferent to it. I am not.
No, I don't want you to die non-heroically. I want you to die like go down like a champ.
So we hit
Stan,
0 hit points and a dragon shows up and eats us.
Stan, how are you doing?
That was a wisdom,
Charisma.
you said? Charisma. Oh, good. I'm actually only slightly better at that. So charisma, I got a 23.
Plenty. All right, so you guys are still in control of what is enemy and what is not.
Ooh. I'll take it. So where is this coming from? Is there poison?
There is a mist in the room. Stan, if you want to give me as you're standing guard while they're making this investigation check, which happens at advantage because you have teamwork. If you haven't already rolled at advantage,
I did. It's a 22.
and at advantage.
Yes.
Oh, so while you hear some swearing, and while they're doing their thing, you can make an investigation check with that question.
11.
There is a hissing sound coming from somewhere in the room. Now that it's quiet and those two are focused on the lock, which is the tumblers just aren't there, like that they're just not falling for you. So there is. You would guess that's.
There's a hissing sound.
Yeah.
So that means there's airflow, right?
Or it's probably some mechanism of delivering whatever it is. This.
Did you say this out loud?
Yeah. Do you guys hear that hissing sound? I can't quite place where it is, but I feel like.
Can I check for
I
that?
hear some.
Once it's pointed out, ClickClack, your passive perception is restupulous.
Yes.
So once it's pointed out, you're like instantly. Oh yeah.
Do I know where it is?
What's your passive?
21.
Okay, yes, you can see some nozzles in the mortar work of the bricks that seem to be delivering a fine mist into the room.
Nozzles.
Yeah, very small.
Like flush with the stone and just like tubes sticking out.
Essentially.
Like basically holes in the brickwork.
But the nozzles are specifically like creating a mist out of a liquid. That's the there's some pressure behind it from somewhere.
But do they stick out, or is it just a hole in the wall?
It's flush. It's tricky to see. It is something inset into the wall.
How many are there?
Once you look, there are. The room is rife with them. There's probably 20 in the room. It's a.
Oh man!
It's like a garden mister. Once you notice it, if you're in a gnomish garden.
Yeah.
And now everybody make me some saves again. Wisdom and charisma.
Is this effect on contact, or you have to breathe it?
Contact.
It's just it gets on your skin and it.
Yeah. You can feel like a coating on your skin.
Did you say we're rolling these at advantage?
Currently, yes.
Okay. So I got 24 on the charisma and 10 on the
Wisdom. It is still Borenor's armor. Treat that as you will.
23 and 20.
Good. ClickClack, you're still just fine.
Oh, lovely.
By the way, you're also starting to feel, Stan, like Ambermock's hammer. Like you cast a blessing on the competition where you won that hammer, and thinking back, like that feels like cheating now. Like this is ill-gotten gain.
So we need to break. I can't unlock the door. Can we break the door? I don't have weapon. Break the door.
Didn't I used to have tools? What?
I'm so confused. Human, break the door.
If you guys want to try another tools roll, you can. If you guys want to go with the flat break, you can. That's fine.
I didn't know we could
I'll hit it
try
with my hammer.
But I'd be happy to try one more time.
This seems like your department, not mine.
But you're helping. Just much better this time.
Right, and Stan can give advantage on that. Like Stan would be team working that. Your athletics check.
I just get out of the way.
Wait, that's... Shit.
I don't want to be there when this door falls down.
I rolled 18 and I'm trying to math. Oh, this says plus 17 to athletics, so 18 plus 17. Do I need to add more? Because I can.
Nope. That'll do it. That will do it.
That'll be the way.
Blam! The door explodes, kind of bends off the hinges, and you hear a pop in the lock, and then it kind of it slides on the bearings.
Did you just tell us to pop and lock it?
It did not drop.
Let them go.
And through the door I go.
Okay. You no longer have to make saves, although you still have the poisoned conditions from whatever you have failed in the room.
My
everyone
stuff's
else?
still hot, terrible. Okay.
What? What was that?
My
What-
stuff's still hot, terrible. I don't get to go back and get it.
Not
DM.
yet. What does everybody else do? The door breaks open as Stan and Anna heave mightily.
Is
Indeed,
there a shift
I go in.
Quality?
So Stan's also going to dart through. I'm sorry, what did you say? ClickClack?
Is there a shift in air quality?
Yes.
How long until it gets to Lovelace in her cubby?
Well, it's not that dramatic a shift, and there is still mist being delivered into this room. Lovelace might be smart enough to figure it out. You have speak with animals. You could tell her whether she would acknowledge it. Drugs are bad.
Okay. I'm gonna try to tell her what's happening and get her to come into the next room.
Okay.
Is that an animal handling check?
Yeah.
14 animal handling. There's some small numbers on this thing.
She gets the message. She seems leery. She's what? Very, very big pupils. The entire stalk is gone. I don't know how crabs work, really. So, but she definitely got the message. We'll see. After you communicate, do you wait? Like try and wave her through, or do you?
I'm kind of waiting in the doorway.
Okay.
To the new room.
Okay, then you're still gonna get a negative pressure. You're gonna be okay. If you're on the other side of the door, you're gonna be all right.
I wanna be in the new room, but in her line of sight.
All right, it's a hallway.
I want to be in the new space, but where so she comes out, she sees me looking friendly.
Yeah. So there's another corridor. You see it's empty. Tees off into two other corridors. Nothing immediately comes at you. You now can hear sounds of your friend Struana weeping from the corridor to the left as you're going in the door.
I hear crying.
That pack mentality mindset kicks in automatically on me, but that also means Lovelace will sense that because we have an empathic bond.
Yep.
So she's gonna feel me going all dead mother because my friend is in trouble.
True. I believe you.
Naked angry Minotaur.
I don't want to leave one friend to go get the other one. I need her to come with me.
Anna, what you see as you go down, you have enough dark vision to just look left, and you see a dwarf hanging in rags, chained to the ceiling.
Oh.
Feet dangling off the ground.
There is a dwarf. Human and gnome, there is a dwarf over here. Is this your friend? And I walk up to it.
I'm immediately heading down.
Okay.
I didn't realize she was going to be that close.
Stan, what do you do? Okay. And then darkness falls on all of you. Anna, you want to make me an insight check?
Sure. How about 6?
Seems legit. Anybody else, as you're rushing forward, I will allow a reflexive, or if your passive is high, just tell me.
Perception?
Insight.
Insight.
Yes, passive insight, totally a thing.
How? How do I calculate that?
It's the same way you calculate passive perception.
Which would be?
Man, you caught me.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it's wisdom plus proficiency plus 10. I think, and you've got some special hoojum that gives you bonuses there. Or on perception you do, probably not insight.
Yeah, perception I do. I think it's specific.
Right. Well, if you don't know, just give me a roll.
16 passive.
Okay.
I think.
Stan?
I don't know.
Passive.
Or you can roll. ClickClack,
Yeah,
you too.
roll.
You can also roll.
Yeah, but
Wisdom?
then might bite me in the head.
Wisdom, right?
Yes. Wisdom plus
Yes.
proficiency if you're trained.
15.
Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine here. Struana, your dear friend, clearly in dire straits. And then darkness falls upon all of you. Does anyone have the ability to see in magical darkness?
Crab does.
Yeah.
Has she at all moved?
She'll have gone to there. So she is following warily. She's. I mean, if you die, maybe you're food.
Ouch. Oh, that's fucked up. She's out of the gas now, though.
She is.
Yeah,
If you applied a protection from poison that negated the effect, the poison condition.
Yes.
Yeah. She's not being reintroduced. By the way, that happens for
any
all.
protective option I apply to her immediately in any situation.
Okay. But it was already on, but to negate it again, I think it's a touch effect. But currently, you're all in darkness, and I will let you all roll initiative. Is your marching order on the map correct? Did ClickClack slip past all of you, run underneath you?
Yeah,
I would
probably.
believe it. Yeah.
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 Which is reflected in my 20.
Initiative roll.
Sometimes initiative just follows the narrative perfectly.
I have like an additional bonus to it. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Hold on. Okay. 18.
Stan, what'd you get?
9.
ClickClack?
I'm on it today, let me tell you.
I got a 24 and Lovelace got a 6.
Okay. So you are all currently blinded. And ClickClack, you feel some sort of impact from your left.
Okay.
You are going to take first.
From my left while looking at Struana?
Yes, as you were running down the hall, like the darkness hit, and then Thomas sucked briefly at Roll20 and typing. So that is going to be 12 damage, and then I need a strength save.
No. 16.
and you are flung. Oops, wrong token. You are flung 10 feet.
Gnome tossing is very poor taste, I'm going to say.
The blast just flings you to one side. You're able to keep your feet. You didn't fail that bad, but you did the like hero foot slide.
The risky business.
Yeah, that one. You all hear footsteps running away. That's running off to the left, and that disappears.
Wait, they came in from the left, hit me, and then ran off to the left?
Your ears are keen enough to know that it's actually the figure that was seemingly chained to the ceiling.
Okay.
ClickClack. One thing that Lovelace sees and is not blinded is as that noise goes off, there's motion, or she has blind sense, right?
Yeah.
She feels motion from back in that hallway where the darkness was, like something crawling out of a hole.
Back in the hallway down here?
Yeah.
Okay.
But still magical darkness there. She can't make out much, but it's a big figure. ClickClack, it is now your turn.
And, I mean... Can I tell this is magical darkness?
Yes, because your dark vision doesn't work.
Gotcha, okay.
That's the dead giveaway, is I have dark vision and it sucks for me too.
I ready an arrow, and with all of my willpower, call out for my mount, for Lovelace. Of just, please, my friend.
Okay.
Come here.
Okay.
And that's literally all I can do right now. I don't even dare move.
Anna.
This is my turn.
You hear the sound of and the screech flailing off to one side. You hear ClickClack call out for his best friend. I'm calling out emotionally, and also there's a profoundly high-pitched whistle.
I am going direction of where it feels like it went.
Oh, where those footsteps went? Okay. How far do you go?
What is it? What is my move? I have a move? Doesn't have it on here. Shoot. It's in the tiny writing. 40. Apparently my move is 40.
Okay.
Ow. It's almost twice mine.
Only because I'm basically naked.
I am going to give you a perception test on your way through. There are two very crucial pieces of information.
I can't math. 38?
38 on perception
Wait,
test?
no, I'm doing that wrong. 19 and 9. I'm totally doing that wrong.
19 and 9? 28.
7. Wait,
Yeah.
28.
So,
Sorry.
top notch.
Not a 20. Good, though. Very good, though.
You...
Oh, I could have just done it backwards. Yeah. Not very bright, but sees a lot.
feel in the air as you're moving two things. One, a gap in the airflow, very thin, pressed up against the wall to your right, and a back pressure from the air you're moving that might indicate there's something solid ahead of you.
So the gap, so there's something solid in front of me, and the gap from the side?
There's an unusual, there's something hidden, and you realize it as you pass. Like, there's something right there. You don't get much more detail than that.
But since she's not particularly bright, she's gonna gore it.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
All right.
When in doubt, headbutt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24 to hit.
That is a hit.
I don't know what I hit, but I hit it.
And Struana's dead.
I mean, I would not, but that would be what he'd do.
You hear a rustle of feathers and feel something shoot out from different angles of the shadows around you. Very much like when you hit that stupid bird before and the shadows got you back. So you're going to take 11 damage for your trouble. How much did you give to him? Your sneak attack, rakish audacity.
Yeah, that was the question.
Is in. It is in play.
5. So 9 and 7, so 16 damage.
Plus your strength.
Oh no, I forgot to do that. Plus 9.
That's a different ball game.
Sorry.
So as you're passing, you essentially to drop down to one knee and spin around and just like come around waist high with the horns, and you feel a frame underneath you take a whole bunch friggin' damage. You hear some crunch and you feel something give, but the shadows immediately get you back.
Can I grapple it as a bonus action?
I think you can shove as a bonus action. Grapple is an attack action.
Okay, if I can shove it as a bonus action, then I'm going to shove it back towards where these guys are.
Okay.
And I don't know, make loud yelly noises.
Give me a strength test. And you do have a second attack, probably, by the way, right?
Yeah, that's right. But first, we're going to do the...
But first, this.
That's also a 28, because it's 19 and 9. We did that. It's 28. Okay. With loud, grunty, angry noise, and then attack again.
Okay. And this time it will be without the sneak attack. Because once per round.
So...
But first, to hit.
Just need to open the calculator. If I wasn't stressed about it, I could just do this, but that's apparently 20. Yeah, that would make sense. That's 28 too. 28 to hit this time.
Okay.
And then it's just going to be because it's just my head is
Right.
13 damage.
With that one, I do want to just remind you are at disadvantage for blinded. You're go ahead and roll it again, just in case.
Oh. Just in case I don't roll a 1. Not a 1.
Well,
16.
it's not quite that easy, but...
It's actually better than the last one.
Okay.
So
you're fine. Just do remember attacks made in your magical... You are currently still in magical darkness.
Okay. Start at strength.
So, second amount of damage.
Oh, 13. And hopefully have gored it towards where these people are, and maybe they hear me when I'm making loud grunting noises.
Indeed, you have. You hear it flop and flap. Stan, you hear something tossed indignantly your direction.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. That looks like a mob.
And next, Lovelace sees a figure appear, as you may have noticed here on the map. Lovelace is going to take 11 damage and need to give me a strength save.
Strength. 19.
19 will do it. She holds her ground against Dreadhorns.
Okay.
And that damage comes away from her maximum, by the way. Oh. 18, does that hit Lovelace?
No.
Okay. So after that, he comes in for the first one was just straight up bull rush charge, goring horns right in the midsection. Goes to follow it up with an upward knee, and she's got claws up. He does not spend the key point to continue this one, because he already did his shove, and that was the whole idea. He takes a reaction to, he throws out his hand, and Stan, you feel something sting and a little warm rush of blood under your armor drip down your back as that shield that's been stuck there flings back, clangs down the hallway, and comes back around the corner to his hand. Stan.
Yep. So I'm blind.
You are currently in magical darkness.
I don't have anything for that. I think I might dispel magic. Oh no. I used that spell slot already.
Yeah.
I'll walk forward. Feel along the way.
Okay. You're about where you heard that thing land. You could probably try a melee attack at disadvantage if you would like.
Yeah. He'll take some wild swings. 13 at disadvantage.
That's not going to do it.
Okay.
More attacks? I know
Oh,
you
yeah.
have at least 2.
One more. For the back of the house. 19.
That will hit. You feel something connect.
13 fire damage.
Okay. And you feel one whip of shadows wrap around your knees and another one just slam across your torso as you take 14 necrotic damage in response. Not from your maximum.
Yay.
Right, it's
Okay.
damage you can heal. Never thought you'd be so
So-
happy to hear that distinction.
Yay. So they should take a 1d10 for hitting me.
That was a that was a similar type of thing. It wasn't a melee attack. It was.
It does. If anything touches or hits me while I wield that hammer, they take 1d10 fire damage.
Yes, but it didn't. It was the shadows themselves. Like the flames will gout out, but it's much like that thing doesn't provoke a similar reaction to other things. So otherwise we get into an infinite loop. How much damage did you do on the swing?
13.
13? Okay. Bonus actions.
Bonus actions. No, then for now. I guess I could do detect magic. I'll do that.
And you guys can tell now that is where your opponent currently exists.
If Struana can find the music, she's gonna cast Thunderwave.
Struana currently. Well, we'll get to Struana.
I just want you to know that for your planning there of whatever's happening.
Yeah.
And before
Yeah.
I forgot to say it this time.
I tragically, you only get to play one character this game, and Struana's not the one. That's so Lovelace.
Do I have control of her?
Only kinda. I mean, within certain bounds. You are gonna get a new charisma save. I'm gonna let that fly.
Okay. 22.
22. She is going to be able to shake it off, although she is still faced with a foe. She recognizes ClickClack's voice in trouble, although may or may not, once she lays eyes on him, recognize him.
Well, but she knows who he is.
She recognizes her friend in trouble.
Okay. This is her cue to disengage.
Okay.
And what kind of action is disengaging?
Unless you're a rogue, it's a standard.
It's a standard?
It's an action.
So, yeah, and just... I don't know how far... Oh, hang on. Are these squares movement squares?
Yeah, they're all about 5 feet.
Okay. And, yeah, she's just running away from the big angry bull right now. And that's kind of all she can do.
Okay. Struana, in an attempt to find something esoteric while you are completely out of your mind on drugs, you feel like you're beginning to discorporate from your body and reality, and maybe this is what dying feels like. And then you get tunnel vision, and then everything goes dark, and you hear that flap of wings again.
For the record, I don't like these drugs.
These aren't fun drugs.
I think I'm dry. This is I'm dying. I don't like those drugs.
This is all just what happens when you take a level of Warlock. There's a hazing involved.
And you see this scene as though the darkness were ambient light in a little marble ball in front of you of your friends in dire straits and badly beaten with multiple foes. You realize that they've been drawn into a trap, and you hear a voice from nowhere that it sounds like it's speaking backwards. It's the Twin Peaks. What's up? And they're all going to die because they love you.
Little person doing the backwards elbow dance.
And so this is where? In a crystal?
This is deep within Struana's psyche. That's where this exists.
Oh, gotcha.
Way down deep the rabbit hole.
Watch your step. There's some screws loose.
We could save them if you try. You've just got to take the next step. And you hear the of the lead of a heartbeat. And you realize that it's yours. It's deep and echoey and far away. The first lub of the lub dub.
I don't like it. I mean, of course I'm going, of course she has the urge to save them. Like, there's a chance, let's do it. I'm assuming, everything you're telling me is that she is in no way in her right mind. So, whatever it is.
Actually, this moment is the most clarity you have felt. Like, you actually feel like you have your wits about you. Now that everything is dark and focused on this one little bead of infinitesimally small light.
So, having the moment with Moonchild at the end of Never Ending Story. A little light left.
It's a lot like that.
What do I what do I do with it? So that's the question: is what do I do with it?
You, as you think that, you finally imagine that you have hands again, and you are holding this scene in them. And you look up, and there are two crow's eyes, and just the hint of a shadow of a beak, directly right in front of your face. And you see in its eye the spiral that is in your eye, and they start to align. I will take them where they're safe, but to come back safe again, you will have to take the next step.
And open the door.
Okay. You imagine that door in your head. It opens, and then doop, the second part of the second half of the heartbeat. ClickClack, what do you do?
Did I hear any of the combat that just happened in front of me?
Yeah.
Do I have any, with my ridiculous perception, do I have any idea of something to shoot at?
You could make an attack at your blinded disadvantage.
What are the chances of shooting Stan in the eye socket?
I mean, you ignored her 3/4 cover. I would say 5%.
Yeah, but I would feel so bad. We're getting attacked enough by other people.
Right.
Actually,
2.5%, because I would split that 5% between Anna getting hit by friendly fire on a miss as well.
I have a basic idea of this geography because I was here before the light went off. Right? Like the geography of this little T intersection.
Yeah, you got a view of it.
I'm gonna go here and let Lovelace react to me.
Okay. Give me
How
a.
that goes.
She has blind sight, and you know that. Give me another animal handling check.
Oh god. Oh good. Okay. That's no this sheet. 24.
Okay. All right. So you run around the corner and can hear where Lovelace is scuttling. Her claws go up, and you come around and like, oh, easy. You're mimicking a crab dance, I imagine.
I thought you were doing that Jurassic World thing.
And she is your animal companion again.
Yay!
Buddy!
Yay! That is your action, though.
Coffee table hug.
Bonus actions.
If I can fit it all in, I want my entire turn to be going around the corner. Hey, hug, and then, if not fully, then starting to mount up.
I would say you could mount and get kind of half buckled in with the straps and buckles that are left from getting kicked out of your safety harness.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
In the dark.
And yeah, I hugged Lovelace as a bonus action.
I'll let that be a free action. She still seems leery, by the way. She's still on drugs. Like, could get spooked. She still has the poisoned condition. I'll put it that way.
Let's spell this in here somewhere.
And then, does a 22 currently hit you, Stan?
I believe my AC is 22.
Okay.
Ouch.
So you are assaulted by a flurry of blows and blades. Just when you think you've blocked a blade, you have to catch another knee to the shin on your greaves, and two of this just full assault breach your defenses. The first one does 16 piercing, not from your maximum. The second one does 17 piercing, not from your maximum. And you can feel these two strikes. You can feel something being taken from you.
Even though they're not for my maximum?
Not from your maximum, just regular old damage.
So that last one you said was 16 piercing?
Yes. And then, Stan, you feel something go past you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't get a... I take it back. This is not one with mobile, so go ahead and roll your attack of opportunity at disadvantage if you would like to spend your reaction.
My attack of opportunity, you say?
Yes.
12.
Okay. You're not positive where you thought they were going to be, but they weren't there. You gave it a run. You felt like they were maybe going left. Not sure. And you know what, ClickClack? You're also Well, you don't have a melee weapon. Never mind. Anna.
All right. Where is it? The thing I hit. Where is it?
It seems to have dipped away and out into the darkness. You heard Stan take a swing and come up empty. You heard a big whoosh.
Would Lovelace have gotten an attack of opportunity?
No, it wasn't. Didn't go that way.
Okay.
Lovelace can make perception on her turn because different.
Can I
senses.
try to find it with perception?
You could.
Ooh. 29 because I got a natural 20.
Natural 20. Exception.
It's about to go terrible, but I got a natural 20 just once.
It is.
Victory.
It seems to be in this neighborhood. It dipped past Stan and is preparing something.
I want to get past Stan and try to hit it.
Okay. Well, even if Stan thought you were an enemy, he doesn't have a reaction. You can move through that space. You are going to run directly into your enemy's space, however. I assumed you were going full speed, horns down.
I want like a telling human move and like goring rush something.
Okay.
What is that? Oh yeah, that's a specific thing. I didn't just make that up. Yeah. So yeah, that's what's happening.
Okay. Give me a dice roll. Let's see what they think. You're blind still, so disadvantage.
So attack roll disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I get a 11. So that's a math. Wait, no, I can do that. That's 24.
How much?
24.
That's gonna hit. It's not. Doesn't. I'm gonna say it's still engaged in melee with Stan, so you'd still get a sneak.
So that's 12. 17. 23. 24 damage. And then I'm going to attack it twice more because the Goring Rush gave me a bonus melee attack.
Okay.
So, what is... I'm going to need to go retrieve my die. But what's its AC so I can just tell you, like, what do I need to hit it just so I can tell you if I hit it?
19.
Thank you. One moment.
Oh, however...
Gamer knows the feel of retrieving your dice from the floor. Middle of a heated battle. Anyway,
that is going to cost you 5 necrotic damage as shadows whip out from around the darkness. It feels like the darkness itself grows blades.
So that one's a hit. So's that one. Also,
Okay.
none of those were natural 20s. They all hit, but only the first one gets the sneak attack, right? So,
Right.
14 and 11. The next
Okay.
one takes the damage.
That is a
And you said I take-
crap load of damage at once.
Nice.
Any other movements, reactions?
Feeling upset about being close to death.
What are they going?
She might scream about it a little bit. I think that last one, that it's like the first time you stub your toe, it hurts, but after you've done it 5 times on the same piece of furniture, you just give an unearthly wail at that last time. That's where she's at. Only, with organ damage.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes you guys feel better generally, like, I have been rolling terribly so far.
Yay.
ClickClack, does a 16 hit your AC?
No.
Alright, you hear uncomfortably close to your head, just, I think it expected you to be mounted, and you're not yet. So, cling! And you hear the shield rattling on the ground.
Can I get a reaction attack out of that?
No, it's arranged. It's a ranged attack, and Lovelace isn't in melee.
Right.
And that will do. Then there is a second wind taken. And Stan. You hear more hits and blood being shed.
Can I tell what direction it's coming from?
Yeah, you can really clearly hear Anna giving it to it. Have some damage.
Do I need to...
Have some more damage.
And, is it within 5 feet of me? Can I take a swing at it? Or I think it is?
I'm going to say no. Just because for map clustering, that onslaught would have pushed it back a little because you're kind of up in tight with the Minotaur. She's very firm. She's carved out of wood. Like, now that you're in really close proximity.
Nice.
Also. Alright, so should I move this way a little bit then? Get closer?
It's the other direction.
This way?
Uh-huh.
Alright. I'll go in there and
it will
swing
be
at disadvantage. 18?
Not enough.
Damn it.
Do you have any inspiration left?
You heard me cast Detect Magic earlier, right?
I did.
Is that helpful in this situation?
Not really.
Alright.
Well, great.
You can tell that there are magical there's magical stuff there. Doesn't really help for purposes of targeting. Other attacks, unless you had a +1 dangling out there. Blessing.
I was gonna activate Divine Sense, and I don't think that takes an action. Doesn't say it does.
I don't think it does.
So within 60 feet, detect presence of undead, celestial, or fiend.
There is just the lightest hint of something fiendish, the direction that you're swinging, but doesn't fully set off the radar. Just a whiff of it.
Okay, well, I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
26.
That is a hit.
Yeah, a little crunch to the end of that one. 10 damage, fire damage.
All right. Is that with your strength bonus?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know if you
Oh, and
had
this is a +3. What were you thinking I didn't add?
Oh, I just didn't know if you had popped a giant strength potion like usual. Didn't remember from last session.
Nope.
You feel a flaming crunch in front of you. You clearly have it up against the wall, like it is in the worst possible tactical position, apparently. Lovelace.
Does she get another save?
I'm gonna say she's still okay right now.
Okay.
She hasn't been retoxified by anything. She's still not spooked.
She doesn't know what's ahead, but she knows what's behind her, so she's going to move forward.
Okay.
We're just going to go with there. Just for lack of a better idea. Does it look to us like they have this thing handled?
There's no looking. It's still
There is
dark.
for Lovelace.
She can get a sense of position, but not not health. I mean,
Right, but she can see like position.
She definitely knows it is literally up against a wall. Like it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cornered.
We're gonna move there and start. Just keep an eye on the doorway we don't know about.
Okay.
And
the darkness 5, 10, 15, 20 extends to right about there. Like it's just at the doorway that it stops.
Yeah, we're that was roughly what movement of hers. Would she be able to tell me about the thing that attacked her?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna stay there and try to keep a lookout in all directions. And either now or on my turn, I yell to the party that something's coming down the hall the other direction. At some point, ClickClack yells out, "There's a Minotaur coming down the hallway."
All right.
Anna, angry grunts in response.
ClickClack, what do you do?
I ready a grapple arrow.
Okay.
And wait for something that she can tell me to shoot at.
All right. Things are happening in the darkness.
Usually.
Oh, Stan, did you take damage back?
Yes.
Did you get hit back from the shadows on that last hit?
I don't think so.
Okay, then please take 15 premium damage as the shadows just beat mercilessly against your armor. That's necrotic.
All right. I'm not looking great.
Next, you take another 13 force damage as you feel right against your chest the just impacts of multiple bolts of force that... can I get a strength save?
Is this a magical attack?
It is not melee. It is a ranged spell attack.
Okay. So this is, you said strength?
Yes.
21?
That is going to make it. Alright, so that was 14 damage from that. And that is force damage, the regular old kind. And next...
It's regular pain. Not any of that fancy pain. Actually, Stan falls down. Stan takes that last hit and is brought to 0 and
Okay.
falls with a clang.
Everybody hears the sound of Stan falling down to one knee. That's a very loud clang. It's the sound of one bell of doom. And then, Stan, you are instantly just jolted by the feeling of electric pain around your heart, like an electric hand grasping it and squeezing it. And you get 1 hit point back. And you've used 1 charge of the mage's Hunter's Boon.
Woo!
Your opponent is not thrilled about that.
Why won't you just die? Yeah, I'm sure that's how it's feeling.
I know it doesn't make any sense for Anna to be emotional, but I am so emotional right now. Mostly saying it like that to make fun of myself, and I'm just like, no.
Alright, the next thing that happens is out of the darkness, Anna, you feel a blade strike out at you across your midriff, and you can you are instantly enveloped in sound. For 4 thunder damage.
Dead.
Also known as minimum thunder damage. You are also aware that there you feel like there is a charged field around you, and that if you move, there will be another explosion of sound. You know that something.
I know the feeling of electricity.
Yeah.
Where did the sword come from?
Over Stan's head. It seems to have come from across where Stan was.
Well, I assume he's still on the ground, even though he has a hit point. Like is like went from dead to not dead.
And then you two will both get reaction attacks.
Yeah. Which I'm gonna take.
I thought so.
It's gonna hurt, but
At disadvantage.
okay, it's fine. It's fine.
It went by me?
You will also get you guys hear a flapping of wings, and you hear something like take 2 steps up the wall and then attempt a flyby above you.
Do I get a shot at it?
Ranged attack doesn't do attacks of opportunity, does it?
No, but I was waiting to see something to hit.
Also, 27.
I will let you hear it coming. Yeah. How much to hit?
27.
22.
Oh.
And a
Can't be a
22 is a
12.
hit. Wow.
Try it again.
You, for your troubles, are rewarded with 16 maximum necrotic damage as the shadows just flay and tear at your flesh It's dark in all directions, and darkness is the enemy.
They're taking 16.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I got that wrong. They're taking 18.
Okay.
20 damage.
You hear a really meaty thunk of that was a lot of damage, and you are also aware that something has flown over and behind you. Like you hear it land more heavily than it might have. Like it kind of like doesn't stick the landing and maybe like hits up against the door a little bit. Anna.
Where'd it go? Am I still surrounded by electricity?
If that was a readied action, ClickClack, you would get your second attack as well, because yours was readied, not attack of opportunity.
That was that's more than the last one.
Okay.
That's a 30 to hit. Very hard. And 24 damage.
What is Lovelace's AC?
21.
Okay. One of those arrows you hear whistle back towards you and go and thunk harmlessly off of Lovelace's carapace. The other one you hear, you definitely like it goes home. Go home. And again, there's that heavy thud, like double step thump of a landing.
I just remembered. I specified I readied a grapple arrow for the first one.
You did. Well, the grapple arrow was the one that came back at you.
Okay.
It was the deflect, the monk deflect.
Okay.
Because monks cheat.
Yeah, they do.
Anna, what do you do?
Is the electrical thing still around me?
You feel something, some sort of barrier, a hum between you and the rest of the world. It's like that moment before feedback hits, that like, wow.
Can I try to like bandage my wounds or something?
You could.
Is that just a medicine check, or what do you need me to do?
It is a medicine check. Actually, I think that takes a whole minute.
Seriously? Well,
I believe so.
It's,
you could start.
It's like, I try to do this or I die. I get hit once more and I'm dead. So it's worth trying to take the minute, I think. So that's a 15.
Okay, you can begin a medicine check. You basically drop slowly to one knee and pull out a set of bandages and pick a wound that's the worst, the most egregious. Ow! No, not that one. Ow! Yep, that one. Right. What's the worst wound I have?
Like we're just doing first aid at this point. Like, okay, this thing's bleeding a lot. Where's that vein? There's that vein. Hold it up.
There's that vein.
22. Does that hit you, Anna?
Yeah.
That is going to be 19 damage necrotic from your maximum.
All right, let me actually get to what my maximum is before I ask you how the heck I do a death save.
Well, for right now, what happens is you hit 0 and you hit the ground. If you have any hit points, you're still okay.
I don't.
Well, no, I mean like in your maximum. If you're maximum.
I
So
have hit points still in my maximum.
so you're making death saves every turn, and we'll do that on your turn. So that's the first thing that happens is you hear something come down and just wreck. Like there's a great meaty horn on horn impact, and you hear a minotaur fall down.
Wet.
5,
Minotaur wetly. Like it's a
Camping.
Ugh.
I believe your crab gets a reaction attack whenever something makes a melee on you, right?
Yeah.
Now is the moment. This is the moment.
24 to hit.
All right. So, Struana, you can see. Oh, also give me your athletics check versus because I assume she's going to try to grapple. Isn't that her attack option?
Yeah. Do I do the check or do they do the check?
Oh, it's a save against a DC. He crushed it. He just like she got a nip in. How much damage?
That's there. It is. Don't mind me. I'm learning how my sheet works.
That's fine.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she gets a strike in on the leg that seems to clasp meat before it comes out. Ooh, that must have pinched. And then Struana, as you're looking at the reflection of this little seen ball in the crow's eyes, and you see just the massive form of this thing about to close in and devastate your friend. You know in your heart you have a choice right now. It's now or never. Commit or fail.
By the way, 5, not 4.
Okay.
She commits. Like,
Okay.
you know when you're you've got the sleep paralysis thing going on and you're trying to wake up from a nightmare and you're just screaming but it's only inside of your head? That. She's basically screaming the no version of Save Them.
So, ClickClack, as the first strike impacts you and you feel just life draining out of you and more strikes impending. Stan, you're barely just Anna is laying on her side with her head propped up at a funny angle on one horn, just staring off deadly into space. And everything seems lost, and you guys all hear something like a chorus of 1,000 violins doing the sound check at the theater. Rising, building to a crescendo. Your vision goes white, and you are on a beach. everything settles in from like a white washout, and you can hear just the most perfect wave surf white noise. It is as perfect as it could possibly be. The sand is sparkling and white. It is exactly the most pleasant temperature under your feet that it could be. Your friend Struana is standing across the way with a crow on her shoulder. You are all in the same formation that you were in. You see way over there, getting lapped at by the waves, is an axe and some armor. You see way over there is a backpack strapped around some bagpipes. Everything is calm. The sky is perfect sapphire blue, just the right amount of puffiness to the clouds.
And we can move and whatnot.
You are as wounded as you were. You are still, but Anna still needs medical attention.
Reach into my pocket and pull out my phone and turn on the GPS. Where's that?
I turn to Stan and just say, "We are certainly dead."
Well, he looks at Anna and some of us more than others, and does lay on hands.
Okay.
To give me back 25 points.
All right. Oh. You know what? Actually, I take that part back. Anna, not with you. Not part of the deal. She had no emotional attachment to Struana. Struana's love couldn't bring her across.
And I do that to me.
Okay.
You could do that to us too, because I'm kind of holding my spleen in with my hand.
So as all of you just look at yourselves, battered, broken, weary, this is a great place to cut for a break. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And if you want it to get better, we have a Patreon to get all that awful skip frame nonsense, which my program says it's doing right now. So, until then, we'll see you in a moment. Have a good game.